I believe that it is 7 o'clock sharp, 8 o'clock your time. It is Sunday night, and we are live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube. Look at that.
I think they should send us one of those creator kits now that we've made this transition, and immediate loyalty to say, hey, welcome. Thank you for saying goodbye, Facebook, and hello, YouTube.
Yeah, they need to send us a big play button already.
Totally, exactly. I think that's it just seems like the morally right thing to do. So okay, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna click this link, put it on our Facebook page, and yeah. Why not walk with us tonight? Here's the link. And I think that's gonna work. There you go. Okay. Post original post. There we go. So, my friend, happy Sunday.
Hey, happy Sunday. How's your Saturday?
My Saturday was fantastic. It was the Grandmothers Council here in our community held their midwinter ceremony. I encouraged the title should be maybe Winter's Almost Over ceremony in hopes that if we put out that energy, it would be true. But woke up to the fact that it was not true. So, because it was very wintry here today. But no, it was fantastic yesterday. It was absolutely delightful. I'm so grateful that the grandmothers started gathering a number of years ago and brought these ceremonies back into these spaces, into our community. And it was lovely. Like there was and it was yesterday with a bad weather day. Like it's been a rough week here weather-wise. And so but there was still at least 50 people there for ceremony and a beautiful feast. And of course, Grandma Kate quarterbacking the food and cooking and such, and it was amazing. And so it was really quite awesome. It was the whole thing was really absolutely fantastic, and just such a reminder of the how lucky we are to live in this community and have this kind of community support and engagement, and folks who came and there were wonderful vendors there, and a number of people had donated to a silent auction, and I won 2 pieces from Jaylene and Dakota in that auction. And so that was a
Oh,
delight.
nice.
Yeah, that was an absolute delight. And yeah, it is yeah. So we've got folks already watching tonight. So welcome, hello, welcome to YouTube. If you haven't clicked it yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, and then anytime we go live every Sunday night at 7 o'clock here on this channel, you'll get a little ding to remind you. Unless, of course, you hate this episode and you never want to come back. And if that's the case, we can't control how you feel.
That's okay.
How's that doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Trying
How,
to see.
how old is he now?
Um, and probably like going on 4 now, honestly. I don't know, 3. But I
COVID.
got him. Was it right before COVID or during COVID?
I think during COVID, I
During
think.
COVID, eh? Yeah, it's like 3 going on 3.
Yeah, goodness gracious, eh?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Did you ever envision that you would have a pooch?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I grew up at my Kaju's with we had a little dog. It was like a little Shih Tzu mutt named Paco. He was just like my sidekick.
Yeah.
Till he died, yeah. Just
Oh,
chill,
hold on a second.
watch movies with him and stuff. Going downstairs, watch TV, he'd just chill with me, feed him and stuff.
I'm just seeing something here that
Hmm.
on the YouTube thing, because it was saying comments aren't allowed.
I saw
Uh,
one.
oh, you saw a comment?
I see Lana commented, "Hello, my handsome friends."
Goodness. I am okay, live.
Top chat.
Live now. So on mine, it was saying,
Oh, my
uh,
chat disappeared.
yes. So if you're able to comment, please do. We're just trying to, we are, we're just trying, it's visibility is public. Okay. So, oh, there you go. I see the comments now. And Kimmy D and Lana. Hey, Kimmy and Jean are vibing with us. I hope you're
Awesome.
well, Jean. And Lana says I'm not very happy with this snow. Okay, I'm talking unhappy with this snow. So this morning, I I went out with some friends today to watch Mean Girls, the new Mean Girls. And
Nice.
and I did not know. I thought it was like a sequel 20 years later, like a base, but it's actually just a do-over,
A
like it's,
reboot. Yeah.
and so last night I started watching the original one because I've not seen it in 20 years probably. And I fell asleep quite quickly, and I'm like, that was not for good foreboding for how I'll respond to this movie. But this movie was literally, it was all the same script, and for the
Really?
yeah, and but it was fantastic. But it was a musical, so you can't get gayer than that. Like it is, Girls has always been sort of a gay iconic film, and
Hmm.
now Tina Fey, who did a fantastic job with it, upped it a notch with the musical portion, and it was just delightful. But so this morning, though, I needed to go and shovel out to get out for the like to get the car out of the driveway. And if you recall, the driveway is about 200 feet, right? So that was just over 2 hours of like strenuous labor. And it was like insane. It was, and by the end of the driveway where the highway is, because it's the highway, those plows come by continually, continually, continually. And it was probably about 3.5 feet of snow that was there that had to get dug out. So, anyways,
That's brutal.
I end up today because that's about the fourth time I've had to do like aggressive shoveling in the last 2 weeks. And I didn't get a plow guy this year because I thought we were going to be leaving here sooner than we are. So I didn't have a plow guy, like, or a plow person for that matter. But so today I went to Canadian Tire and got a snowblower,
Oh,
which
dang.
maybe
It
I
come
should.
with you like push around like a lawnmower.
And
Ballin'.
well, because I just can't do it again. Like I cannot do that again. Like
That's
my
a lot, man. I don't know how you even. I applaud you for even trying in the first place.
well, now though, the car is parked across the highway at my chicken place because I came back and the end of the driveway is got to be 4 feet like piled up from the plow.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Because those big because our front property is all these like snow drifts.
Yeah.
It just drifts and drifts, right? And so yeah, that's a downer. Linda says
That's up.
the snow sucks, but at least we aren't in Alberta. It feels like negative 75. That is very, very.
Yeah.
And there's Kimmy D. I love the snow. Kimmy, I don't know how we're besties. I just don't get it. But we're here on Sunday night, and this is super exciting. I'm really sort of thrilled by this. It is, yeah. But it was funny because I sent you the email with the link today without including the link, and that's called
Yeah.
Sunday Work Brain, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't even. I looked at it too, uh, when you sent it to me, and I didn't even notice there was no link in it. And I went to like click it earlier, and I was like, "Oh, there's no link."
Yeah.
Duh. Funny.
So we thought, folks, friends at home there, we thought that we would, what we could do today was just catch up because last week we had a fantastic show and it was the best way to come back without a doubt. We had our friends from All Our Relations Land Trust join us and they were just brilliant and it was a wonderful conversation and discussion. And so the thinking was that though in our intro last week, we could have talked much, much longer and just caught up because we've had lots of adventures individually and together. In fact, since we took our hiatus, I think in June, July, right? Like in July,
Hmm. Yeah.
and so I thought we were just chatting this week, Brennan and I, just about catching up a little bit more, and yeah, and so that was kind of the thinking, and so that said, before anything else, I just want to give a shout out to you, Brennan. Because I think about the fact that when we started this, and for so long on Saturday nights, we committed and we're sitting here in this space. And and just how like I think there's times in our lives where we might debate whether we can make commitments. Like, like,
For
and
sure.
and I can just speak for myself. I'm often late with stuff. I'm often behind. We're always behind. I'm running late. I'm like scrambling to get stuff done in time. I often feel like my commitment to stuff, even if it's things I want to be doing, are long shots. But then I thought about
Feel
it the
that.
last weeks about this show, right? Like, holy moly, like over 150 Saturday nights we've hung out and how amazing that is. But that said, what we both learned, or at least I certainly learned, was that Saturday, people do things on Saturday nights. Who knew?
Who knew?
There was so much
Never would
happening.
have thought. Yeah,
So
almost forgot.
I'm appreciative that 150 times you uh came and hung out on Saturday night. And also to our guest hosts, like folks like Kimmy D, who's guest hosted a number of times. And
Mm.
uh, yeah, so now Sunday nights here we are. And so if you normally are watching 60 Minutes, we are certainly way more entertaining. And we won't tell you bad news.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it light tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
um,
yeah, go.
what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say like that. It's fun. It's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking about that today about how I was like, no matter what, like, no matter how bad I want to do something or be prepared for something or something, it's like no matter what, I'm always like late or running late for things. It's just like I feel like I'm cursed. It's crazy. And like, it could be for like the most simple thing too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna then I'll even like try to set myself up for success and be like, "All right, I'm gonna do this, get here, be early." And it's like somehow I just always manage to be late or something. It's always how I am.
Well, I was thinking about it this week, and when I was thinking about the about this show and about that commitment piece, I thought, well, if I can commit to that. Now, granted, we're often late on this show as well, but at the end of the day, though, we still show up, and I think
Yeah.
that's right. It's still showing up. It doesn't mean that it's perfect, but it is about trying to be mindful. Because my brother one time said to me years ago, and it like stuck in my brain completely, which is I was going to meet him for lunch one time, where I late or whatever it was, and he said, Peter, the challenge is that you are leaving your house at the time we're supposed to be meeting. That's so rude. Like it's just disrespectful. And I was like, oh shoot, that's so right. And since he said that, I certainly have made an adjustment around being on time for things. Not doesn't mean I always am, but I'm certainly very conscious of it and really try my very best. But that said, um, when I do get to that place where I'm like, oh, I'm behind, I'm going to come back and think about the fact that the commitment I've made to this and that we've made to this speaks to the fact that I actually can do it. I can be committed to doing things. And yeah, although even this one today was a mirror, like our first time on YouTube and we were on time.
Go us.
Go us.
It's funny how that it's weird how that works, right? It's like a lot of the times, at least for me anyway, I feel like I need like that tangible experience to be able to point to and like look at to be able to like actually do those like changes and make those changes. And like yeah, it's weird that you like need it's like part of the resource that you need to, like evolve your character and grow.
Well, yeah, and in fact, I do like the steps every year at least once, but some years a couple of more times, right? And in the program that I'm in, that I hang out in church basements, which blows my mind still, on like once a week at least. I've used being on time as one of the things that I've looked at and explored, right? Because at the same time, the disease of addiction that I have inherently makes me selfish, self-centered, and self-focused, and drives a thought pattern, which is I want right now, I want, and it confuses what I want, what I need, right? And that's just naturally who I am based on that disease. So I have to be countering that all of the time, right? And that selfishness is like that, and self-centeredness, that's the time stuff, right? For me at least. And that's my challenge, is that it's not even about the time or about being on time or anything like that. It's actually deeper because it's anchored in my addiction. Those are all behaviors of my addiction. If I'm not caring about someone else's needs or expectations um, or commitments they might have, right? So if I'm late for lunch with my brother by 20 minutes, well, my brother's got an active and full calendar every day as a lawyer, right? So, and
Mhm.
what it doesn't matter what job he had, but he's got a full active calendar. So if I'm 20 minutes late, I'm stealing that 20 minutes from him. But
Mhm.
when I was doing it, when I was leaving the house at the time I was supposed to be somewhere, it was that self-centeredness, right? What I'm doing is most important. Often when I'm going to get my haircut, I'm running late for my haircut because and I justify it in sometimes because I'm like, I'm working, I couldn't get away from my desk in time. And but no, because what I'm doing is saying, I want to do this before I do this, regardless of if the this holds up Kadian, my dear friend Kadian, who cuts my hair, or her next client, right? So I always have to be working at when I think about time, about I don't want to be self-focused. I don't want to be self-centered. I don't want to be selfish, right? I don't want to be self-absorbed. That's not who I want to be. And time is one example of where I saw it in myself, right? Like my wants first, and then and using work as an excuse often, right? Because
Mhm.
and lots of times it was real, but
Mhm.
the problem was that if I had made the commitment the day before, the Charlotte sent me a text. I'm going to share the text, Charlotte. Charlotte just sent me a text and said, "You're being too hard on yourself. You're not self-centered." Well, and thank you for saying that. You're right. Like today, I hope I'm not, right? That's
Mhm.
called progress in 15 years, right? Like that is the progress. Like that is it. It's the time one though is one of those things that still slips in, right? Like or just the being on time or delivering stuff on time or whatever the case may be. But the beauty
That
is human, right? So
that's wild, man. 15 years.
yeah, so
That's that's a lot of days of just like every day, like fully committing to being better,
it is a
you know,
lot of
every
days.
day.
And again, today it's not even about drugs or alcohol, right? Like the likelihood of me drinking today is very, very minimal.
Hmm.
Like it is very minimal, but it
Love
is
that.
the all those other pieces of it, right? So it's about continuing to work on those things, which is not ever the goal is never perfection. The goal is just progress. Yeah. And Charlotte just said progress. At least keep coming.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome.
Lovely to see Charlotte and Carol at the grandmother's gathering yesterday. It was lovely that they were there, and yeah, and there were so many kids. Oh my God, and
Oh, that's awesome.
like so many little ones. And Brennan, there was this little girl.
Listen.
I don't remember what her name is, and it's a friend of mine's daughter, or a woman I know, her daughter. And I'm gonna say she's 3 or 4, maybe. And she was in this beautiful little ribbon skirt, just this little person, and and she and someone mentioned her about and just that inspiration of these little ones being here, and she responded with miigwech, like, and my heart just melted. And then she was just everything she did and how she did things there, and it is it was just magic. So to watch this 3 or 4 year old who's being raised in a way where culture, language are being embedded in her life, I just think what great signs of hope that is. Kimmy,
Yeah.
time is a thing for me too. With no diagnosis, maybe it's selfishness or ADHD, could be social phobias, who knows? But it is a work in progress, and totally, and it's something different for everyone, right? Twyla, that's the girl's name. Lana says.
Oh, that's
Uh,
a cool name.
Isla, yeah, just like I kid you not, Brennan and Kimmy D and others who weren't there, it was the best medicine you could just and yeah. And the other part of that day yesterday, this goes back to the original question, how was your Saturday? Was um it was the as we were offering the smudge and the medicine around the circle, the women all gathered with their drums and drummed, and oh, like it was just my spirit was like 10 feet tall and bulletproof. Like it was just beautiful. So yeah, so that was my Saturday. And did I shovel as well? I may have did I shovel yesterday? Oh yeah, yeah. I shoveled yesterday for an hour and a half as well.
Your back must be killing you.
My body is not happy. I can't lie. I'm not 25 years old anymore. I just want to check in with Charlotte. Charlotte, just I don't know if you know, but you can comment as well, Charlotte, in the chat, I think here. And on the YouTube. On the YouTube or just on YouTube?
The YouTube?
The YouTube.
Yeah,
Again,
just youtube.com.
back to the age. Um, but yeah, it is so I think you can there is a chat feature there. So I don't know if you have to be signed into chat. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe
I
you
think
do.
you just need a YouTube account to be
Yeah,
able to,
comment.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And again, just as a reminder, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever it is on your screen, and you'll get updates. And please, as well, click like on the video if you like.
Mm. Click that little thumbs up there.
Thumbs up, and
That's
then
please and thank
that
you.
helps. It helps make it give this expose us to other folks, I guess. Apparently,
Yeah.
um,
Algorithms.
algorithm,
Nah, things I'm not good at, but I
algorithm.
understand they're important.
Yeah, you know what algorithms have done to me lately?
What?
I don't know if it's because I go to the gym regularly, but in my reels on Facebook, all it is workout people.
That's hilarious.
Like transformations. Like they're all transformation stories, like from scrawny little guys to like, and I'm like, what are they trying to tell me? Like, what is Facebook saying?
Sees the camera, sees you going to the gym.
Yeah, I asked something. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, or I wouldn't be surprised actually if it just sees that your location is there all the time and
Yeah.
then uses that.
Well, that's what I mean. I assume it's got to be that, right? That's my assumption.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
The
But
you went to Vancouver this year, right?
yeah, a couple times. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a cool conference going on there too. I think next month. Uh, uh Gen 7 or something.
7, yeah.
Ingen or something like that. And my cousin was telling me about it. It's supposed to be really cool.
Are you going to go to that?
No, I was gonna say if anybody knows any youth that are listening or anything, I think you can apply to get the trip funded, like to go to attend it. So I will try to share it on my Facebook if I can find it.
To go Gen 7 Vancouver Youth
I think
Conference.
that was it. My cousin was telling me about it. He said she went and it was like really awesome. But yeah, I went to Vancouver. I was really lucky. I got to for the past I can't remember. Was it July? No, I went to the Healing Our Spirits Worldwide conference in Vancouver, and that was unreal. There was like thousands of indigenous people all there, just all indigenous people, a lot of Maori people. Um, oh yeah, it was so cool to seeing all these people. Like a bunch of people showed up in regalia too, and like from all these different places, all like indigenous people from all over the world, right? It was just insane to see. And it was cool to see how strong the Maori are and like just in their culture and their language and like just in their identities. And you see it even like with the little kids that they're bringing around. Like they have strong identities and cultures and languages. It's so cool and inspiring. And a lot of the presentations were from Maori too. I mean, they do so much. They're so ahead of a lot of the world and just like so much different like social work, community work and stuff, right? Like it's just insane. They're so far ahead. And it's amazing to see how that Maori have been able to kind of like begin to reclaim New Zealand and like that territory, that land, and not for themselves, but like as stewards of the land, right? And like it's yeah, it's just insane.
Well, and I think they
Yeah,
New Zealand that just lost that vote, I think. Um, the to entrench the Maori seats into the or was it Australia? One of them, Australia. Vote yes, yes, vote. Yeah, it was Australia. It was their Indigenous voice referendum, and there was so that they had come close, but they weren't able to get there. It was um, around a question on the ballot. Um, so to alter the Constitution to recognize First Peoples of Australia by establishing an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. And so that voice would be representatives in and the government of the Commonwealth. And I think in the end, they lost the vote. And more people voted no to it. It is, I'm just trying.
that's
Um, but you're right about certainly New Zealand and the Maori in New Zealand. That certainly is a and has been forever a I think role like leaders internationally around how to move forward. Not to say that they aren't facing their own challenges and how colonialism is still certainly affecting the Maori people significantly, but there have been certainly these advancements that other spaces and places could learn from and are learning from, right? So, yeah, maybe we should find, maybe we should see if we can. What time do you think it is in New Zealand? Maybe we could find someone to join us.
oh man.
I think it's 2 hours.
It- I think so. Let me look it up.
Auckland, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1:30 there right now
In
in
the
the afternoon. Yeah,
on Monday. So there you go. So we can have them come and they can join us on a Monday afternoon.
that would be awesome.
Right.
Rose Lee lived there for a bit.
Oh,
She
that's right. Eh?
lived there for I don't know how long, but for a while.
That's very cool. The
On that thing, it's 7 Gen
seven.
short form. Yeah. It's in Vancouver, February 13th to 15th. And you can apply to their thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
And do you think they're in 7 Gen?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if
Oh
no, they have
Lord.
a channel that came up. All right. But check it out, 7 Gen. That's super awesome. I you know what I wanted to we had an adventure this fall. You
Yeah. Oh my God, that was awesome.
yeah.
That was
Uh,
nice.
the this is I don't know how this is going to share. If it's going to share all of them at once or not, but let's just see. So we went on this adventure together, and this is Brennan and I with the official Universal Studios headdress.
Yes. That's awesome. How?
Now, is it there we go. Are people at home seeing that?
I'm seeing it on YouTube right now. Yeah.
So so there we are, Universal Studios. That's us, and then here is there's the three of us on our day-long adventure. And I am so glad that
I
now
love
Jay
that picture.
before, but I'm so glad that you're able to come with us for that. That was just so amazing.
That was
And
the best.
this is Brennan.
That was fun. That was so cool.
Tell people where you are. Do you remember where that is?
Yeah, so we were on the Men in Black ride and in the queue for the ride, there's a part where you go up top. You can see their feet up there in the top, like right. It's just this balcony all around, and it's where the like all the aliens, the main office for MIB is. Like when you see the movie and they you see the aliens working down there with the big screen, and they show like Michael Jackson and like you know what I mean, all the people that are actually aliens on Earth and stuff. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah,
You
so
go
that
down there.
you're checking all the passports, and then this was another good one too. This was we were in Gringotts Bank.
Yeah,
It's called.
yeah, the Gringotts Bank in Harry Potter,
Yeah,
and those goblins are so cool. They're like moving around and blinking and looking at you and writing stuff down, and like they look super real. It's so cool.
like it was amazing. And there was our friend Shauna whose birthday it was, and Shauna will never see this, I'm sure, but props to her because I totally dug her. She
She
travels
was cool.
independently, just by herself to places she wants to go, and away she goes. She was there for a weekend for her birthday, right? And I just think that's awesome. I love solo travelers. I have a
Yeah,
lot.
she said she's a traveling nurse, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and she was doing that, and then she said she went to Galaxy's Edge at Disney, I think the day before, and did like the Galactic Star Cruiser, the super expensive like Disney thing that's shut down now.
Is it shut down?
And yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's closed down now.
Why is that?
They weren't making enough money. They were losing money on
Maybe because
it. Go figure. Crazy. Who would have thought? Nobody wanted to pay that much money for.
yeah. But we also had another fun adventure though too. We had this is another fun adventure we had on that trip. And so where is it here? Let me move this over here. And we're gonna share this screen here. There we go. There's Mr. Goo Goo right there. And
Yeah, we're in the Hogwarts train, Hogwarts Express.
that little one just slept through the entire thing.
I was gonna say, shout out to that baby too. That baby was really good the whole day.
Yeah, totally. So good.
Right.
Uh, what are we trying to do here? We're gonna close this window, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, uh, so yeah, so that's super awesome. Just a little clip of the riding the what is the train called? Is it just the
The Hogwarts Express, I think.
Hogwarts Express? There you go. And there was one other part that I think I had one other picture I wanted to share because I thought it was just insanity. Do I have it here? Let me just see here. Uh, where are we here?
Did you
Oh
get
here.
any pictures of us at Halloween Horror Nights?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I have one.
Nice.
Let's see. This though is the
We were there all day. We
we
got there in the morning to start the VIP tour, and then we were there. Oh, that's a sick picture. See,
so I
look,
am
the orange flaps on my seat kind of look like I have little feet, little legs.
it does look like that. You'll see up top at the top of the screen, you'll see JJ and oh, is that that's our new friend there as well as there
Yeah.
and JJ up at the back, right at the back. And this ride, I didn't feel good watching them on it. Like,
It
but
takes off super fast too.
oh my God, it's yeah, and I got some video of that too, that ride. I just couldn't comprehend in one bazillion years being like on anything of that nature. But even though I dislike rides, I love Universal Studios and was super stoked to I'm gonna be there in less than a month, I think.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yes. And hopefully with a tour with our friend there, I emailed and they said they were gonna see if he's working that day.
Oh, what? Nice. Were you able to get his name?
I think they told me his name, and so let me just see here.
That's sick. Because he said he only works like what, 1 day a week or something at this point he was saying.
No, to be honest,
Or like 2 days out of the week he only does tours.
let's see.
That guy's living the life.
Totally living life. This fella, just so you know, folks know who we're talking about. He's a tour guide at the in the VIP tours at Universal Studios. He has been an actor himself, and Brian A is his name,
Brian.
and yeah,
Shout out to Brian.
that's a Brian.
Uncle Brian.
Yeah, he was amazing. So he'd been an actor. He ended up and a dancer, I think, as well, right? He was in his
Yeah.
and he'd worked at Universal as well in the olden days, like when they had first opened. And he's come back in the last decade or so, where he is this incredibly knowledgeable tour guide. And what is super cool is that he lives so on Universal, there's like housing, not for Universal staff, although many live there, some live there, but he lives there. He got rid of his house, his car, and everything. And so he can walk to work, he can walk to get his groceries, he just said, I didn't need a car anymore. It was just the planet didn't need another car, and I didn't need another car, and I could live here. And so yeah, hopefully we'll see Brian when we do our tour. It's
Yeah.
we shall see if that works out or not. But yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna go back there and not do the VIP tour.
Well, so we did, as you said, we went that night to the House of Horrors.
Yeah.
Let me just see here. There is so we did that night, and here's this little shot here. Now, where is it here? So this is, and I hope your brother and your dad don't mind, they're in this picture as well. So there we are. After we spent all day
Nice.
in the VIP tour, we went to the House of Horrors, which again, there were what, 8 houses, right? And then just so everyone sees, there's Peter, JJ, and Brennan, of course, and next to you is who?
That's my dad
Your
and Brady, who've been on the show before, my brother, and my cousin Mika. That's my parents' godchild too, our first cousin, and then Caitlin, who's also been on the show before.
Exactly, all these people who've been on the show before.
Yeah.
We go to that House of Horrors, which is like a series of these haunted houses, and it is a 90% drop on that ride, Linda. Like it just literally.
It starts off with a loop. You start off going and you go, and then you do a bunch of drops and stuff.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I have no business being on. The so sorry. Haunted house. So we spent all day at the park. Then that night we were going to. It was right when they started the night they started it, wasn't it? Labor Day
Yeah, I
weekend there.
think it was. Yeah, I think it was the first night or second night, maybe.
Second night of the haunted houses at Universal. No, because Disney opened the day before, and Universal. We were there that very first night. I'm sure it was their first
Oh
night.
yeah, I
And
think you're right. Yeah.
they've got these 10 haunted houses that are designed by film crews who make the movies that each haunted house is based on. And so we go and we get in line, and that line
Was it the Stranger Things one we did?
yeah.
Yeah,
So we did the Stranger Things haunted house.
3.5 hours. Was it
2.5 hours, I think.
2.5 hours?
And the haunted house took 15 seconds to walk through it, maybe 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, and
Like,
it was like it wasn't. It was like they weren't even like giving you time between people to walk through. That was the worst part. I was like, I waited this long to not even get the scares and jump. Like I'm gonna see them jumping out and people in front of me. Like, oh, I was gutted.
and that's exactly what happened because there were so many people and those lines were so long. And by the time you're in the line, you can actually like see at the front the first scare. So you
Yeah,
get already seen it, but you're
they don't even have curtains.
no, and it's like people are so close that yeah, it's just so it was bunk. So we dipped after that, all the three of us, everyone
Yeah,
else.
we went to Burger King.
And we did spend we spent the day in the VIP section with the VIP tour guide and all the things that come with that. So
All
going
pampered and
would have hindsight, if I had known that like I didn't know what it was like, right? Had I known we would have done something, or even the fast pass or whatever, right?
mm.
That's insanity. Like waiting too
But
much.
that was a different tour too, right? The VIP Halloween horror ones, because we looked into it and it was all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but either way, it was such a great day, and I was
yeah, it
so
was awesome.
part of your fam. I didn't see everyone, but it was awesome. It was so delightful, and we originally thought we were staying at the same resort. Turns out we're staying.
I forgot about that.
Where are you? You're at the front. I'm at the front. I'm like, I'm at the front. Different resort.
Yeah, it was early in the
What's
morning.
the
I was
name
waiting
for
there right long. I was like messaging JJ. I was like, yeah, I'll run to this building then. He's like, I'm here. I was like, all right, I'll run over here. I was like waiting there right long. I was like, hey man, like I don't see you. And I was like, oh, I'm at top level of this place. I was like, we don't even have that. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, it was
Uh,
funny. We had a good laugh.
Atlanta made me laugh just now. Go figure. We're gonna have to get poutine at Burger King. Yeah.
Legit.
we got. I don't think we had poutine though,
No, they don't sell them.
but it was good
They,
burger. Though. And
it was good burger.
they brought us ice cream out to the car.
Yeah, I forgot. They brought us all ice cream.
Yeah. And then I had to
Yeah,
throw
for free.
it. I was
We were
like,
trying to figure out if you tipped them like $1,000 or something.
no, everyone got free ice cream. So
That was funny. And then they had what, some like Spanish Jason Statham movie on like right loud.
yes,
It's like full blast on the TV. It's funny.
you know what?
Nice little spot.
I just watched this weekend for the first time ever Transporter movies.
Really, for the first time.
And yeah, the Transporter for the win. So yeah, yes. The if folks are watching and you haven't clicked it, by the way, make sure you click that subscribe button. We're gonna say that about 6 times a show for the first month or two, I think.
Yeah.
And that way you'll get updated, or click the little like button too. Feel free to do that. Um, we had another adventure. I had another adventure this summer. And what's funny is I went looking for pictures, and I have hundreds of pictures, but none really of me.
Funny.
But not a lot with me. But I want to start with one of the highlights of that trip. There were a lot of highlights. So a group with our number one fan, Corey, who asked me to send him the link. So I don't know if he's watching or not, because maybe he doesn't have a YouTube account. But we went over to the UK. We went to the UK and Paris, to France as well, and it was amazing. And our intention and goal was to go and see a soccer game, a football match. And so we did that. We went to see Arsenal on their opening game of football.
That
And
sounds so crazy.
you know what, it was great, and it was fantastic. I won't lie. Like I don't need to go back. I would go back if I had to, but as somebody who's not sporty in any way, it was really cool to watch. Like it was cool to be there and have that experience and that shared experience with folks. I didn't know who, like I didn't, yeah, but it was good. Like it was good. Like I'm glad that we did it. I'm really glad that Corey's son, who had instigated the trip when he was like 8 years old and said to his dad, "Will you bring me to a Premier League game?" And his dad said, "Of course I will." And 8 years later, lo and behold, gets to happen. And it was awesome to watch certainly his experience there, right, as a soccer player himself, and it was amazing. So the whole trip was really delightful. It was pretty powerful, and we had lots of great adventures. But one of the things that we had was I had with me, where is it here? Let me find it. We took someone for a vacation with us on vacation, because someone had left. Where is this here? My friend Iman, she left. Where are we here? We're gonna go like this. So Iman forgot her ball cap in my car, I think, and or at my house. And
Mhm.
so Iman's hat traveled with us, first class, of course, to and just for the record, the bottles of booze were really just a prop. No one was drinking, but just to be clear. But the hat started its vacation. And so hat came with us all over the trip. So there is the hat, wondering why this totem from British Columbia is in a museum in England. One
That's wild.
totem, right? Hat's like, this doesn't seem right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So hat went everywhere, and so I just wanted the hat came to every trip and got pictures sent back to a man. But one of the
Ooh,
places,
Moulin Rouge.
oh yeah, so here we go. So one of the pictures of me is, in fact, of course, at Moulin Rouge.
That's
I
in Paris, right?
is in Paris, yeah, and but I laughed a little because I was like, that's so funny that the one picture of me and it's at the oh here's hat at the Eiffel or the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Hat got around without a doubt.
Did you guys go to the top of the Eiffel Tower?
No, 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 no. I don't think I ever would, and not because of the height. Not that I really wanted the height, but I wouldn't. Again, the lines and stuff, right? The lines are just stuff like that. I don't know. This we didn't have to wait in
Big
line,
Ben.
and this stunning view. This was
That's
after
so cool.
we had like a rock and roll themed day of London, walking tour of London, and this as we walked over this bridge and that view of it, like how just
What is that building called? Is it a name? Is it? Cause you
well,
always see.
it's for the legislature is right, isn't it? It's the
Oh, okay.
I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct us online there if you like. We of course went for high tea because you can't be in England and not have high tea. In Paris, we of course saw a man with a
Oh, that's cool.
and a cat just chilling out with him while he played the accordion.
That's cool.
That's a very patient cat, if I don't say so myself.
It matches the one in the on the bag behind him, kind of.
Yeah, totally right. I think that's the link. I think there's a connection there. And
That's
then we
cool.
also though ate at two different restaurants at Gordon Ramsay's restaurants.
Oh
Um,
man.
this one was Heaton Street Kitchen, and it was absolutely fantastic. This was so this
That
table
looks crazy.
from us here, and they bring these like so this was the chef's table, so the chef's experience. Would certainly recommend it to anyone. This was like the salad and the carpaccio and various things like that. This was the main course, and this is for four of us.
Oh my God, that looks good.
Like, and just four of us, and each side of the table gets the side like the a serving of their own, right? It was pretty amazing. Like that whole trip was pretty awesome. The other restaurant of his we ate at was oh, it was a pizza place, and so I don't remember what it's actually called. But it was also
Gordon
really
Ramsay's pizza place?
at Gordon Ramsay's pizza place,
Dang.
and it was all you can eat pizza. They just keep walking around and serving you pizza.
What? That's deadly.
It's pretty good. It was pretty affordable too. I think it was like 17 pounds, so like $30 for all
Oh
you can.
yeah, that's pretty good.
And yeah, so it was just a couple of the adventures that we had had. And oh, this is sorry, this one is the here. I'll just show this last one. This is Hat made an adventure to cheer on their favorite team. So here we go.
Oh, cool.
There we go. That was Hat cheering on Arsenal. There was Hat was we did a tour of Arsenal Stadium, and so that was Hat in the press box and Hat on the pitch. So yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
That place must have been buzzing. I remember I went to watch a football or soccer game in Brazil and it was nuts.
Oh my goodness, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Everybody stood up the entire game. Nobody sat down. I tried to sit down at one point because my legs were sore and I just couldn't see anything. So everyone was standing up. And everyone was just screaming the whole time, just like cheering, dancing. I was like, oh my God.
And you know what the funny thing is? I don't was it like this in Brazil? The most loyal fans you could imagine, and cheering until one of their players did something they didn't like.
Just lose it.
No, they were mean, they were hurtful, they were swearing and name calling, and like it was like instant. We love you. Die. You should die. It was so bizarre to watch that.
Hardcore fans.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's funny because the game it was like that too in the one I watched in Brazil. Not so much because it was like a blowout. It was like 5-0 the last score of the game. And they were still like just going crazy the whole game. I felt very bad for the other team.
Oh goodness. Goodness,
While
goodness.
we were in or while you were on your little adventures, where else did you go? Was it just Paris and
Paris and London, yeah.
London? Yeah, that's cool. We were up in we took a little trip up to Cash.
Yes, you did. You did
Yeah,
actually cash. Are you
that was awesome. That was super fun. Thank you for inviting me to be part of that, by the way. It was so good. It was so good to go back. And oh my God, I love Cash. I love
But
that
it
community.
was awesome, and you guys did a fantastic job at the Saskatchewan Resiliency Festival. And
Mhm.
and just Natasha, just a shout out to Natasha, who did such a fantastic job at that festival. And
Like
every
they were like nonstop on the go. It's
yeah,
crazy.
and we got to work with her at the New Year's Eve, which was amazing as well. And just to watch her in action is always a treat. And we're excited. We're hoping that we had some nice conversations with Saskatchewan and around some potential next steps and what we can offer and how we can support the young people in the nation. So they're on our list to follow up with, and of course, if we do, we'll certainly reach out to you in a heartbeat. So yeah. It was awesome. You know what I was
Yeah.
thinking? I said Cash, and I then thought Andrew was up there. I was thinking earlier today, we need to ask Andrew nicely if he'll make us a intro song.
Oh, that would be cool. Get a little jingle, little
Oh,
nice guitar riff, ding, 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 ding. Three things. Ding, 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 ding.
start the show. I don't know because we don't have that video. We don't have the opening video anymore. We don't have the opening. We don't have the TikToks
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
Great stuff. And
that's true.
yeah, I thought about
Professor Stevens.
yes, Professor Stevens.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Andrew is teaching at Fanshawe College this semester, so it's very exciting. The chat I am just seeing here. Um, there we go. I'm just looking over here as well. Sorry, folks. I just want to see here the
Said a little bit out.
well, we put the link up on the Facebook page, but I don't see any action or activity there. So I think sometimes when you put video links, you don't get the same kind of traction as you do other posts. That's certainly what I have found in the
Yeah,
past.
I'd agree.
Uh, but we will over the next while we'll keep putting them up on there. Um, the what else was I going to say? I don't remember, but I was thinking based on the fact that uh, you go back to work tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and as do I, and I know you weren't feeling the greatest all through some parts of the weekend, so and I've got to go and shovel out my driveway again in order to bring the car in. How am I supposed to not stop and get Popeye's chicken? Oh, I know how not, because I had a wonderful dinner. My friend David made spaghetti sauce this morning, and so after the movie we stopped there stopped and I bought a snowblower.
Oh yeah.
And then went there and had some nice dinner. But now that my car is sitting in front of Popeyes, I'll find it very difficult to go pick it up and not get 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. But
100%.
why don't we call tonight a night? And we are in conversations with folks to join us as guests over the next couple of weeks, and so we're excited to have them. In fact, next week we're going to have our good friend Matt from the Real Out Film Festival is going to come on and talk about the festival, and it's coming up on February 1st. And there is let's just look here. The festival begins, and it's the 25th year of the festival, which is super awesome.
Oh wow.
21st
Quarter
anniversary.
century.
Yeah, like it's awesome. And the opening gala selection is Peafowl, which is a South Korean uh, yeah, it's a South Korean film, and Three Things Consulting is the sponsor. We're the presenting sponsor of the festival as a whole, and in this film we are particularly the presenting presenter of, and we are so excited for it, and it is amazing. And so we are really looking forward to it. It's for February 2nd at 7 o'clock. And it is the Real Out Film Festival, 25 years, long before LGBT issues were anywhere, or they were more issues than successes. They were more challenges than wins. And it is just amazing. And I'm so, so proud of our partnership and relationship with them. And so Matt Salton's going to join us next Sunday, and we'll talk a little more about film and video and arts and why LGBT and queer art and film matter so much. And
Yeah.
and we are what else are we going to do? We are going to just keep moving along Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might be shorter shows. I think, as I think about it, right? I think they might end up being shorter shows just based on the fact that it's Sunday, but who knows?
Yeah. I can see it. I can feel it.
My friend, you matter to me so much, and
Likewise, bro.
it is important that we get to spend this time together and hang out. And you certainly belong in our circle, and I'm so glad that we're here together. So yeah, and yeah, so awesome to see you as well, Lana, and to all our friends who watched tonight. Thank you so
And
much.
Linda, community. Thank you guys all.
Yeah. Well, I think there were more folks. There were certainly the number was higher on my
Oh yeah, I was just reading the chat here.
chat there, but
Let's see.
oh, again, if you don't have a YouTube account or a Google account, you want to take part in chat because I was getting texts. So make sure you get a Google account if you choose to, and it'll allow you to take part in the live chat. And hit that little like button, and who knows, maybe other people who have never heard of us or seen us are going to see this. And I see 4 people have tonight. That's awesome. That's a great start. And we're so grateful that you're all here. And yeah, any final thoughts there, my young friend?
Thanks a lot. Thank you for everything. Yeah, I really appreciate it a lot.
Awesome. Next Sunday, 7 o'clock, Matt Salton, Brennan, myself, and talking about why LGBTQ cinema matters and art matters.
Can't wait.
Have a great week, my friend. Thank you so much. And we're going to talk this week anyways, because we get to work together on this project right now. So cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
Have a great night, everyone. Bye.